Hey guys,
Hi.
totally real
Hey.
Alex here, joined today back at it again with totally real Dom.
Hi, guy.
We changed our name to Bad Teeth and Worse Tails.
Because that's even more accurate.
Yeah, because I was born with both. And
Worse tales. I was born with them.
tails plural.
Yeah.
I was
Not a good tails in
Most people are
sight.
born with zero.
Yeah.
Had the luck of being born with more tails than the Sonic the Hedgehog character.
Yeah. Speaking of, I've been playing a lot of Sonic Adventure Battle 2.
Yeah?
And that game sucks.
How bad is it?
I just beat the Sonic Adventure Battle 1, and then now I'm playing 2, and they're both just like the worst.
Oh, God.
Worst games. Like their design is terrible, but they're so fun because it's like, how many ways can I glitch through this wall to complete the level?
Oh, God.
And like
no.
it's so good.
Yeah. So today, I don't want to talk about Sonic all day.
I do. I'm very passionate about Sonic.
Very passionate. I've actually never played a full Sonic game.
I've never really played them either, but I've always had like a weird, like I've always been like, yeah, like Sonic's a cool character.
Yeah, weirdly infatuated. I think everyone has that with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, there's a lot of porn about him.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
I'm infatuated.
Let me tell you a little difference between love and lust. I love Mario.
Yeah. And I lust for Sonic Vor.
Oh, God. Sonic spikes bring a whole new meaning to being horny.
Yeah, right? Dude, there's such a like I always think about, I've had this thought multiple times. There's so much Sonic porn on the internet that I must have met, like I've had to have met somebody who's made Sonic porn in my life. Because just like the ratio of Sonic porn to people in the world,
It's unnatural.
it's forsaken.
There's more images of Sonic pornography than there are people on this planet.
Fact.
That's a fact.
But like whenever I see like those really just like fucked up images of just like any like cartoon like gross porn shit, like
Yep.
like I had to have met
How often
somebody.
do you see this? How often do you look?
We don't need to talk about
Okay,
that.
no. Go
No.
on. You've met somebody who's probably made some.
But like I would be so interested to be like to look into them.
Oh, there's my dog again. His big nails. I'm gonna get him to sit down. Okay, that's gonna be a lot of cutting.
Yeah.
So we just. Oh no.
Oh, well.
Come on, you could. My dog's here today. He's here every day.
Also joining us on the podcast.
And he's walking around. He could really use a mani-pedi because his claws are long.
A mani-pedi?
You know, manicure, pedicure.
Oh, yeah.
His little claws, his nails are getting a bit long.
A little bit sharp there.
So they're clacking all over the floor. And he's
Oh,
shaking
wow.
all over
Oh.
the place. And there's just dog hair everywhere.
Mm.
So back to Sonic porn.
Oh, yes. How could I forget?
I wish I could forget.
Yeah.
So I don't know that many visual artists or people who specialize in like digital art.
No, me neither.
So I don't know if I've ever met anybody in my travels that has made, but I've definitely been around some people who have made some without knowing.
Oh,
it.
yeah, for sure. I always feel like you would be the most unlikely people. I always picture like some really handsome dude that's like got like money and like women and riches and everything.
Just a very like well-off, muscular,
successful guy. And then like he gets home from his day at like CEO of fucking 7-Eleven or some shit.
CEO of 7-Eleven. Yeah, he goes to his like big penthouse apartment in downtown New York City.
Yeah, it sits down on his like alligator scale chair.
Yeah.
And then
Draws Sonic porn.
draws Amy fucking Sonic.
It's just the most successful man sitting down at a like $5,000 computer.
He like stretches his hands out.
Just cracks his knuckles.
furiously draws
Yeah.
just the most grotesque images.
Oh God! When we were driving up to my place to film this, or not film but shoot this podcast, somebody brought an open cup of coffee into my van.
Oh yeah.
You want to tell me about that, Tom?
I wasn't there for that.
Bullshit.
Oh wait. Oh, were you talking about?
Yeah, your coffee.
Oh
Yeah, what else could I be? What else could I be talking about? Somebody's spilling coffee all over my van. Oh, I don't know who that was, man. So I went to pick you up,
Yes.
and you brought this big cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Not a travel mug, just a normal,
Just a regular.
just a normal indoor house mug. you know?
Yeah, and I decided to make it a outside car mug.
And that's not a good idea.
It really wasn't the brightest in
No.
retrospect, but on the way here, I decided to bring my big inside house mug into Alex's car.
Into my inside car environment.
And first thing Alex says to me is, "Don't spill that." And I said, "Fuck you, I will not." And first thing, pretty much like 20 seconds.
You're holding it, not even holding it by the handle. You're holding it with like 2 fingers on the rim of the cup, and you're just like, I ain't gonna spell this.
he stopped to make a right-hand turn
I
onto the
stopped
highway.
as smoothly as possible. You spilled it before I came to a complete stop.
I spilled it like before he hit the brake. There was there was coffee all over. Thankfully, it was all over his plastic mat for the most part.
Yep.
All over his plastic mat and my shoes.
Oh, God.
And so now his his car reeks of coffee.
Car coffee, there's no difference anymore.
Yeah,
No.
not. It's pretty much the same thing now. It's decent enough coffee, at
It
least.
smells
So.
good. It smells like hazelnuts.
Yeah. I'm sure give it like 2 more hours, and it probably won't smell as nice.
No, it will be musky.
Yeah. Good old musky coffee car smell.
Elon Musky. Oh God.
Elon's Musk.
So when I was walking to my car after my classes were finished, you know, there's this little like crosswalk close to our college,
Okay.
and I was crossing it. It was a red light, right? I was in the right way. This guy, I hear this car creep forward, so as I'm crossing the street, I look behind me, and there's this old guy sipping his coffee, and he just rolled right through the red light at the intersection, and he made a little peace sign to me while he was drinking his coffee, and I'm like, wow, what a badass.
So he just like drove through the crosswalk.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
And just gave you a peace sign.
and that was it. Yeah, he just gave me a little peace sign.
Damn. What a legend.
I was scared, honestly.
Was it like just right in front of you, or?
Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't in front of me. It was behind me, like after I already crossed the road.
Oh, okay. I thought he just like cut right in front of you, whipped you the peace sign, and sipped his coffee and like just floored it out of there.
No, he didn't even floor it. He like rolled through the
Oh,
stop
yeah.
sign.
Just
Like he
cruising
wasn't even
through.
like accelerating at all. He must have been going like walking speed through the intersection.
Oh,
I'm just
really?
like, oh, you badass.
Yeah, that's the man I aspire to be when I'm older.
Like he was wearing sunglasses, just looks at me and like, yeah, man, I did this.
What a pimp.
Remember me?
I will forever be in your memories.
Yeah. God damn.
While we were driving up here as well, there was a couple of goofy goobers going along the highway up here.
Oh yeah, that was
Along the mountain.
It wasn't even goofy goobers. It was just people who shouldn't be driving.
Yeah, at all. Some guy had his hazard lights on,
Yeah.
and and then the other person wasn't merging onto the highway.
No.
Until like literally the last second. We were a good
It took him 30 seconds to change lanes.
yeah,
It
we
was-
were a good couple meters behind him, and he just wouldn't swap lanes.
Yeah.
And some other guy was pulled over or just like stopped in the other side of the highway
There's,
in the middle
like,
of the lane.
one of those street lights that was just knocked over onto the highway, and
Yeah, I missed that somehow,
it was
but
just
wacky.
apocalyptic, really strange. But no, have you ever like done anything stupid while driving that like makes you think like, oh wow, I shouldn't be driving?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've done.
Yeah, you've
Every time I step into my car, my hands get on the wheel, and I'm like, I should not be here.
And
This is
you have your full
bad.
license too, right?
Yeah, I got my full license, and both on my new drivers and on my full license, I've been told that I'm one of the best drivers they've been with.
And that's terrifying.
And then, because literally, like, when I leave the driver's
Yeah.
place, the driving center, I just like go 80 down the like 2-minute street to my house. But yeah, there is one time I kind of want to tell the story of when you and I were driving.
Oh yeah, go ahead, tell that story. We've told our drunken stories. What's the difference? We've
That's-
already demeaned ourselves so much.
We've lost any credibility.
Yeah.
Alex and I were driving down
One
a
of these-
street. I don't even know like where
It
we
was
were
like
going.
a back road through some farmland.
No. It wasn't. Wait, I think we're thinking of two totally different things.
It was the same event though, in different places.
Yeah, we were driving down. It was on the way to the college, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
And in my car, so I had my feet in the gas, just driving as usual, and Alex goes and grabs my steering wheel. And I was like, dude, let go. And he was like, no, I've got the reins. Let me drive now. And so I take...
I have the wheel.
and like... I just take my hands off the steering wheel, and Alex with one hand is driving my car as I'm pressing the gas and the brakes.
This isn't good. Yeah, maybe it wasn't me. Maybe it was somebody else.
Yeah, and actually it wasn't even me or my
no,
car.
this is just a different story.
This is
with
a
different people.
friend that did that.
Yeah, no, a friend told me about this story that he had.
That friend was driving down a road for about 5 minutes without touching the steering wheel, only pressing the gas and the brakes. And when I told our other friend about this, he was like, "Are you guys literally like disabled? What's wrong with you?"
How stupid do those friends have to be to drive as idiotic as they have?
And like seriously, like after that, in the moment, our friend thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then looking back on it, I was seriously just like, dude,
Maybe
those friends,
Yeah.
how?
those guys, they're not smart.
Those guys are not geniuses at all.
They're just living fast and dying young. They're gonna die young
Yeah.
at this rate.
That's the
Jesus.
mission.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I think that's probably the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, no, that goes
Uh,
up there.
And besides, like dancing for a solid like
Yeah.
45 seconds without touching the gas or the wheel or whatever.
Dancing.
I just what a
Yeah.
friend does.
What a
is,
friend does.
what a good pal does is floors it, and then you just kind of release and jam out some tunes as you're flying across the road. Any pal would do that.
People gotta dance once in a while in their car.
Friends gotta dance.
I was telling one of my friends, one of my college friends, that whenever I drive and I hear a really good song that's like on my playlist or whatever, I like to tap my brake to the beat of the song so that people behind me can enjoy the music too.
Can enjoy the beats of
But
the music.
they're probably just having a panic attack because they're just like, oh no, this guy's having a seizure.
I remember the first time you did that to me, I was so genuinely worried. I was like, dude, we're going to get pulled over.
Oh yeah.
Immediately. Do you want to tell them about I think it was the first time I ever got, like, when you were driving a car and I got in a car with you, when you were doing Mario Kart across the streets.
Yeah. That wasn't the first time that guy. What a goon.
Yeah,
That wasn't the
that-
first time he was driving his car. He's probably had his license for like 2 months at this point.
But it was the first time I got in the car with this goober.
Yeah, you weren't even in the car. It was somebody else.
Yeah,
two,
yeah,
two
okay,
good
yeah.
people. I don't know. I just read this story on the internet, but there's this guy. Like you know how everyone, whenever they play Mario Kart, they always turn their body.
It's like a full body motion with the
Yeah.
steering wheel.
Yeah. So my friend was doing that while he was driving.
Yeah.
And man, it's a new experience. Sometimes I do it in parking lots.
So I've heard.
Sometimes my friend has done it in parking lots while he's out parking his car, where he turns his full body, and he's just like, whoa, and it's just it's a good experience to have once in a while. I think
It is good to hear about it.
to hear about it,
purely
to not
read about
not to
a
experience.
friend doing it online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, those people are crazy. I'd never do that.
No, I've never even thought about it.
No, me. I drive safe in Mario Kart. I shoulder check when I play Mario Kart.
I turn my whole body around
Yeah.
in Mario Kart.
I adjust my seat accordingly whenever I play Mario Kart.
I make sure I can see behind me. I make sure I flip the camera behind me so I can make sure there's nobody coming across.
I'm the designated driver of Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Anytime Luigi is out partying, I'm always there to pick him up.
I'm always the Mario bro to
Yeah.
be the one to bring him back.
I ain't no baby Mario. I help people out, Let's just talk about
What does that mean?
I don't know, because he's a big baby.
Oh yeah, big baby bastard.
This is something I've thought about recently. I was playing Mario Kart at one of my other friends' houses, and he plays as Baby Mario, and it's just infuriating.
Yeah.
To get your ass whooped by a little baby in a stroller.
Yeah,
I don't
it's-
like
it's
it.
not great.
It's not. It hurts my pride.
Recently, I've been playing the new one, Mario Kart 8, with my girlfriend and her brother, and she keeps trying to play as Baby Rosalina.
Oh god,
And-
I never knew there was a baby character. Of
Yeah,
that.
and the worst part is she'll actually do good sometimes, and it's just like the most defeating thing to see this baby fucking Rosalina
Yeah.
whoop my ass.
Does she have like the little star character with her too? What's that star?
No,
called?
no, I don't think so.
Oh,
It's
good.
just her, but she has like this big dumbass soother in her mouth, and it's
Yeah.
just the worst thing.
I'd imagine. That
Yeah.
The imagery of that pisses me off. quite a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. Even just thinking about it
Yeah.
right now,
God, I hate Baby
I
Mario.
hate babies, dude.
You fuck babies. 2019, we don't have any babies anymore.
Babies are canceled.
Yeah.
The rest of 2019.
Oh god. For the rest of the decade.
President Trump says done with babies,
Yeah, and he clapped his hands accordingly too. He's just like done with babies.
and then all of America, North America, cheered.
Yeah. The
North America was united that day.
the big stack of papers that he had to sign to say done with babies, it just had the clapping emoji
Yeah.
between every word.
For the entire fucking contract.
It made the contract twice as long.
Yeah.
To just say done with babies.
A new part of the amendment, no babies anymore.
It was the first time an emoji has ever been used for such a reason. And what a great reason at that.
The first time emoji has been used for good intent.
Yeah.
Do you know how China has the one child policy?
Well, they had it, yeah.
America has no child policy.
The country, we're hoping to just die out and crash in 50 years once there's nobody to take care of our elderly.
Take care of us when we
Yeah.
get to that point.
There's no children here. It's a free-for-all.
Yeah.
Everyone's the same age now.
Everyone is the same.
Oh god, that's terrifying. But I wanted to talk about traveling and like road trips a tiny bit with that,
Okay.
because I enjoy traveling quite a bit. I enjoy road trips. When do you remember much from driving to Seattle last summer?
Yeah, man. Honestly, that's like one of my favorite experiences to look back on.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was so like
It was a great trip, I think.
it was a great trip.
Yeah.
But the drive down there was got real scary at some point.
Because you drive a golf cart.
Because
mostly.
I drive the baby mobile that Baby Mario
Yeah.
drives with flower rims.
Yeah.
That's actually not a joke.
On the doesn't your bumper sticker say "I'm proud of my university son"?
Of my high school student.
I'm a high school student mom, and I'm proud of my kid.
It's something like that, yeah. But yeah, no, honestly, like that whole trip is one of my favorite experiences of all time. It was really like the first time I've ever gone as like a individual at all, just like with friends traveling. Yeah. And so it was a really good time.
It was really enjoyable. I remember I wanted to keep the story for like if you ever have our other friends on, but one of our friends is stuck abroad for a while. So I remember in Seattle when we were walking around. Do you remember that time we were talking about your crab ancestors? Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. Everyone makes jokes about your mom, but we took it a step further, a couple of thousand steps further, and we started talking about going straight to your animal ancestry.
Way back, yeah.
So we started with like your grandmother, and you weren't a fan of that, and like I wasn't either because that's a bit too far. Yeah. But then your great grandmother,
who I've never even met before. I don't even know what she looks like or her name.
Going to the metropolis of ancient Greece just to dig up some skeletons that belong to your family history. Do you remember that?
We're gonna cut this part out.
You remember that part?
Nope.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. And then we went to going to the ocean and finding a crab fossil and fucking that crab fossil.
Oh, I thought you were talking about we actually did that at Seattle. I was like, we didn't do that. No.
This is all hypothetical. A big what if.
A big ol' who could imagine if.
Big ol' what if we went all the way to the past? Just to have sex with a crab.
And have sex with my family crab.
My Family Crab is my favorite pop band of the mid-'80s.
Dude, there was one thing that I remember you said to me that on that trip. We said something and you're like, dude, that would be like an awesome band name. And I was like, shit, like if I ever get into music, I'm totally gonna use that. God. I don't know why, but you told me Devil Flies Economy Class. Do you remember that at all?
Yeah, I can't remember the reason behind saying that.
I think we were looking at some book in the bookstore there. Yeah. At the Barnes and Noble and whatever. Yeah. And that name was just so genius to me. And if you like make it just like if you just abbreviate it, it sounds like defect. Defect. I don't fucking know. Devil Flies Economy Class. How badass is that?
That's a pretty good name, actually. I like that. Devil Flies Economy Class.
So I've like legitimately been hanging on to that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's something I like almost forgot. That was like on the fringes of my memory.
Yeah,
like, deep within the recesses of my mind.
Yeah. That was like the first day, I think, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was like the second day, I think, because the first day you got in Seattle and you just passed out.
Oh, right, yeah.
You passed out at like 7 p.m.
Yeah, true.
But wasn't there something you wanted to talk to me about today?
Yeah, I was thinking back when we were in grade 12, you went on a trip to India.
Yeah.
And how long was that trip again?
That trip is only 2 weeks long.
Yeah, so it was like 2 weeks, and I just remember when you came back, I don't know why you did it, but every time somebody would say, "Oh, welcome back, man," you would slap them really hard on the back and say, "Oh, thanks, dude." Like, yeah. And I just remember when I first said it to you, I was like, "Oh, hey, welcome back." Like, just as genuine as possible. You like whoop the back like right in between my shoulder blades and just like smacked me. Yeah. And you're like, "Oh, thanks, man." And I seriously looked at you with this look of like I thought you were my friend. Like I was so taken back and like insulted that you would do that. I was seriously just like, Dude, what changed? What happened in those 2 weeks you were
What the
gone?
hell, man? You're a different person. You're abusive now.
Yeah, and I think for like the rest of the day, I was just kind of like standing as far away from you as I could in our friend circle. Watching you smack everyone else, and literally everyone was just like, "Welcome back, dude. Oh, thanks. Oh."
It's like a solid smack too. Yeah, I almost forgot that too.
You were like 5-starring people on the back, and I just
Yeah.
remember our one friend, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for
That guy.
short. He was just like,
For
"Welcome
short.
back." Oh. Yeah.
That guy is so big. He could like bury me in drywall just by poking me.
No, seriously, he could like blow at me, and he would send me into a wall, crushing my bones.
It's massive.
His name is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for short because of how big his mass is.
He actually has one of those names that like stars and planets have, where it's just a bunch of letters and numbers.
It's a whole bunch of ampersand.
His name is in symbols that don't exist in the human language.
the
He's
human-
beyond science.
The human mind can't even comprehend.
Yeah. He's
His
just out
name
there.
is a 4D space that our brain can't even like.
It's like off in like the fourth dimension.
Yeah,
We can't
yeah.
observe it. It's just a concept that we think about once in a while.
My name is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but my parents go.
But every time he actually like formally introduces himself, people around him just lose their hearing for a while.
They just
They just start bleeding at the ears.
they just wither into like just like a thin layer of paper.
Yeah, I like to imagine that he's so big. He's kind of like Patrick Star, but he can't really like turn. he can't turn his neck or anything because there's just muscles all the way down from like his hairline to his shoulder.
Fucking rectangle.
So like to turn around, like he has to like T-pose and just like do a full on divot to the side and be like, "Oh hey man." Like his
His legs don't move at all.
his waist somehow has like the capability of turning. That's the only thing that's weak. That's his weakness.
Yeah, yeah.
Being able to turn at the waist.
I'm pretty sure one time I saw his waist turning so fast in a T-pose that he helicoptered.
Yeah.
I love how you agree with me so genuinely.
Yeah, man, I remember that. He was the first man to survive going to the moon without any like gear.
But it's not documented, so don't look it up.
No, because people can't write up his name. That's why it's not documented.
Yeah. And he hasn't released his normal name to the public.
No. He hasn't assumed any Canadian or English name yet.
Any Canadian
Any
name.
Canadian, like Bruce, I imagine is a Canadian name.
Yeah, or like Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy.
Or like Buddy or something.
Yeah, buddy. That's his name.
That's his English name.
That's the Canadian name, buddy.
His real name is just white noise, just static. A faint ringing in your ears.
You know, like those memes where it's just like absolute just noise distortion. It's just that.
Yeah.
But it's such a frequency. It's inaudible.
It's just clipping on all audio levels. Some people say that if you play his voice in reverse, you could hear the devil. But
When you play his voice in reverse, you can hear the entire world history in one sitting.
no, and that's just his name.
And that's just his name, and it's so jarring.
It's not even something that his language itself goes beyond what we can understand. The last person you tried to explain his language to, their brain just blew up, man. Crazy.
The world spun backwards.
Yeah. The world spun backwards for a day.
Because of just the force of the noise coming out of his nose. Pushed the earth backwards 2 days.
Not just like on a revolution scale. I'm talking like backwards in space.
Yeah.
Like everyone was pushed backwards in time.
And
days.
like all documents were just recorded to
Yeah.
how the Earth is now sitting.
Yeah. There's no actual documentation of the world turning back 2 days because nobody can prove it.
Because what actually he did was he talked normally, and that absorbed the error, bringing the world forward.
There's some lucky few that actually remember the world turning backwards, but nobody believes them. People think they're crazy.
Yeah.
They're like flat earthers, but with time travel.
Back earthers.
Back earthers. Christ. Yeah, he's a pretty powerful man.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
He's pretty big.
Sonic porn and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That's the title of this episode.
The two hottest things right now. I heard he doesn't do any rock climbing or anything like that, right? Because he can't really move his limbs. So what he does, he turns his back to a big cliff face, and his back muscles have muscles that just climb up by themselves. Like little suction cups.
His body hairs flutter up his body.
He's the most powerful being we know.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Man, oh man. We have fun here.
Yeah, that's all that's important.
That's a good time.
What were we? How did we get on this concept?
Oh, it was...
You were just talking about me slapping people's backs.
Yeah, and the noise he made from you slapping him. It was just
Just that one noise actually just shattered like glasses everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was when I stopped wearing glasses.
That just seeing eyeglasses, not like windows or anything.
Yeah.
Just prescription glasses.
He actually
were
fixed
broken.
my vision for 24 hours. After those 24 hours were done, he's just like, oh man, this is permanent. I had to undo this. I'm
Those
sorry.
24 hours in his time were actually 3 millennia.
Yeah. That man is timeless.
3 millennia is the equivalent to 24 hours, but also about 15 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a really hard concept to wrap your head around.
It's advanced. You guys wouldn't understand.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Nobody
We were friends with him for about a few years, so
Yeah.
we're a little more accustomed to it.
And now he's off and joined the army like some Dr. Manhattan from...
He joined the army as a army boat.
Yeah. He's joined the army as a helicopter just so he can fly around. Like, he doesn't have flight like Superman has flight, where you could just like shoot up one arm and just zip around the place. No, he actually has to rotate his entire body.
Yeah.
Super fast.
But it's pretty useful because the air
Yeah.
pushing down is enough to shake like just the friction of the ground.
He is the reason California is afraid of earthquakes at all times.
That's just him traveling to and fro.
Yeah, that's literally just the noise he makes, the power he has. God.
What a tangent.
Yeah, and this is all real stuff too.
Yeah, no, this actually happened.
Yeah. No, I
In our
remember
grad
this.
year.
I remember playing dodgeball with him in grade 8, and he has the ability to turn foam into solid rock. So
That's why we only had 30 kids in our grad class.
we had 90 in grade 9, and we had to stop playing dodgeball.
Yeah. I seriously remember one time he seriously came up to me. I think it was in like in a dodgeball tournament when we were both, like Dr. Dodgeball, how you have to sit out.
Oh yeah.
We were both sitting out, and he was telling me about a really like psychedelic dream he had with me in it, and he was like, I just remember like you came up to me in my dream and like just turned into like millions of birds and shit, and like just like, he's like, and like there was so many peaceful like mushrooms and like trees and like everything around, and you came and turned into birds, and it was so like crazy, and I was like,
And he's
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
dude, that's insane, man. That's crazy.
I
Hey,
totally, yeah, for sure.
listen, are you doing all right, bud?
I don't want to talk to you anymore, but
Yeah.
there's people that'll listen to you.
Yeah, because you're thought of as a tough guy in our grade, and this isn't something that fits your character description.
Yeah, this is like actually like personal shit.
Yeah, this is kind of strange, man. Like, I wasn't expecting this. Usually when you walk over to me, you punch me through a wall. But today, you told me about the birds and the flowers and everything peaceful in life. So I'm more scared than I usually am when you walk up to me.
Not for physical pain, but just mental melting.
Your brain can understand things that we just don't know about.
Yeah.
That there's no scientific concept of yet, because we haven't gotten that far in civilization and technology.
10 things science don't know, as well as how water pressure works, dude. That shit's fucked. Have you
crazy.
ever like held like a water hose facing upwards and then you turn on the tab and then it shoots some water up a tube?
Are you, are you serious? Is this something you wonder about?
Right before we started the podcast, as water was coming out of your fridge, I had this thought.
Just collect yourself real quick. What are you on about?
Yeah. As I was filling water out of your fridge, like 20 seconds before we started the podcast,
Yeah.
water was shooting like up a tube out through your fridge, and I was like, man, how that thing do?
That's something you would only think about when you're on shrooms. That's something the average sober person doesn't think about. Man, how that thing, dude.
How that fridge thing do?
That shit's crazy, dude.
How does science even work?
Like, who can come up with this stuff, dude? This is insane. The fact that science made water exist is crazy.
The fact that science made water.
Yeah, Christ. Jesus Christ. Back to his weird psychedelic dreams. Have you ever had anything so strange that you had to like tell somebody and they look at you like you're a nut?
Wait, like a dream or
Yeah,
like
like
a
a-
real life thing?
like a
I've like
dream.
never dreamt before. I've had like I like seriously do not
Damn,
dream.
that's really sad.
Yeah, I can remember a total of like 4 dreams I've ever had.
Yeah.
Most of the time I just wake up and like I just go to bed and then I wake up.
Yeah.
There's like no in between anything.
That's kind of kind of scary, but also I'd prefer that because I've been having these really like realistic dreams, and they all suck so far.
Yeah.
Like there was one dream where I was just helping you paint your bedroom, and that was that was the dream.
Really?
Yeah, I was helping you paint the bedroom.
Why?
That was it. There's no reason for it.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. And there wasn't any like surrealist movement in it or anything. Like you were
was-
just painting it like pink, I think.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I need to paint my room.
Yeah.
So if you want to come down, that'd be cool.
No,
Okay.
but
Have you had any dreams that have just been like so surreal that you need to tell somebody about it?
oh yeah, like there's one time when I was very young, I was like 8 when I dreamt this, right? And it stuck with me like 12, 13 years later. We went to this little like river where we'd always like go fishing or like go camping or whatever, or like have barbecues. And I remember dreaming that there was like thousands of frogs all around me, so I started putting them in my pockets. I'm just like, man, I gotta save these for later. This is this is an important clue.
I need to save these for later.
I'm onto something. So I started like collecting all these frogs and putting them in like backpacks and like different like compartments in like my car or whatever. So I'm just like, man, this is like really important. I can't let a single frog escape. And then like I look up from the river and there's fucking like Puff the Magic Dragon or some shit
What?
looking at me. And then I woke up and I remember at like 7 years old or whatever thinking that I was this enlightened being for a while because I'm just like, I know things that other people don't know about.
About keeping frogs?
Yeah, about how to store frogs in miscellaneous places. And that's what I learned from my dream.
That's a thing to take away.
Oh god, yeah.
Do you mind if I interrupt with another story real quick?
Yeah, of course.
That reminded me of an actual thing that happened in our school. I feel like you would. I think you were actually there for it. I just heard about the story.
When was this?
I think grade 11.
Oh yeah, maybe.
There was one kid that everybody just kind of like fucking around with, but
Yeah.
And then there was another kid that was just like this wild kid that like lit the roofs of our school on fire with a lighter and
tackled
shit.
me one time, covered my hand in like perfume, and then lit my hand on fire. And like I couldn't run away from him because like he broke some kid's thumb, and I'm just like, I'm not letting him like kill me or something. So yeah, just light my hand on fire, sit on my chest, do what you want to do.
I'll be happy to go this way. But I just remember there was a trip.
Yeah.
Like a biology trip or something that people went on, and he found a trip.
Oh, God.
He found a frog and put it in the back pocket of one of our classmates' pants.
I remember this.
Were you actually there for
I
that?
wasn't on the trip, but I heard about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I wasn't either. But
God.
the kid sat down on the bus and then found a frog pancake in the back of his pants.
It's just so mean.
It's so like it's straight up animal abuse. And then like when he like took the flattened frog and put it in the trash, and then the same kid who put it in his pants took it out of the trash and like put it like all over his locker. or I think it was just like our lockers had little like ventilation things in them. I think he put it in the vent like hole slot thing.
I remember the leg was sticking out
Yeah.
of the vent, and that was just terrifying.
It's so awful.
That's just so mean.
It's like the most like mean-spirited thing ever, but it was so...
Oh no, that was in grade 10 because he got expelled after that.
Oh yeah, that was like the thing that the straw that broke the camel's back.
Well, yeah, surprisingly breaking the kid's like thumb wasn't serious. Wasn't a serious offense.
Yeah.
But
They made up afterwards. Like
Yeah.
they were like cool.
But no, that kid
After everything.
He's a sociopath, I think.
Literally,
Like, terrifying.
when I was at the summer camp with
Yeah.
him, I was in a tube being pulled behind a boat, and he jumped off the back of the boat and held onto the like cord holding the tube, and like right in front of the fucking like propeller of the boat. And he was like hanging on to this like wire rope thing carrying the tube.
This is making my asshole clench quite a lot.
And he was like screaming as he's holding on to it, but also like laughing and like, oh, this hurts so bad, ha ha ha. And then we get onto the shore, and he like comes off and he's like, guys, you can see the bone on my thumb. The wire like strap thing
Oh no!
like cut his thumb open right in here, and you could literally see the bone.
That's
I didn't.
terrifying.
I like got like a quick glance of it because I didn't want to go near that shit.
Ooh!
And he was like, guys, haha, I gotta go to the hospital.
Sucks to be you, nerds. I'm
Yeah.
going to the ER.
Yeah, it was pretty much that. And like I remember our youth leader, he was just like, Jay, what we'll call him that for sure.
Yeah.
Jay, what is wrong with you? Like, we have to get you to the hospital right now. And the hospital from the the camping spot was like a 2-hour drive, I think, or no, like an hour and a half drive, and he came back like 3 hours later with this massive cast on, like, hey guys, like, let's go light a bonfire.
Go light a bonfire. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
it was
kid.
really upsetting.
He also, I think you saw this recently, where he works construction now, as most, a lot of sociopathic high school kids go into construction, right?
Yeah.
But he took a nail gun and he shot his thigh with it. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, it was on his Instagram story, yeah.
What the fuck?
And like they had to cut around it and everything, and it just missed the bone. It missed like every important thing.
Ew.
But like seeing the picture, he had his boxers were nailed to his thigh and his like jeans, and they had to like cut around everything.
And did he just do that, or was it like an accident?
I hope it was an accident.
What the fuck?
But like he was so chill about it, and he was recording the doctor take the nail out of his leg.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with him? That's like, man. This is like legitimately, what the hell?
Like I've done that with a stapler one time, where I'm just like, oh, this wouldn't go through denim. And then it went through denim. And then it went through my jeans. And I'm like, yeah, that really hurts. That feels like a bee sting. I'm not doing that again. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's not great. Not very bright at all.
But that's like that's where like so much muscle is to watch.
Yeah, and like a nail gun, those are like long ass big nails usually too.
Yeah. I think it was like 3 or 4 inches long. You would know what 3 or 4 inches looks like.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Not to brag or anything.
Not to brag, but I mean,
but no, yeah,
that's what I tell people. Yeah. Earlier we were talking about normal people thing, like putting shoes on.
Putting shoes on.
Putting shoes on, consuming man food, smoking meats.
Talking about man food. This is going to be an actual like transition. Talking about man food.
Oh,
what's
okay.
the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? Like, have you ever gone to somebody's house and they've given you like snails or whatever?
Oh, like so.
Just in general, the weirdest.
Oh, I'll have to think about that. That's interesting. Yeah. Honestly, it's usually probably just like stupid shit I've wanted to eat or whatever.
Yeah. I've eaten cake out of the garbage can one time at work because it was first thing in the morning, and one of the bakers came over and she threw a full cake away. I'm just like, I just changed that garbage bag. There's nothing inside of that. The garbage can was cleaned last night. So I had a bit of cake out of the garbage. That's the worst thing I've done.
Oh man.
Well, I've also eaten like tarantulas and snakes and that, but
that's
as you do. That's normal in cultures.
Yeah. Honestly, I've always wanted to try like snake or spiders and stuff.
Snake is surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Man, spiders are disgusting.
Oh, really?
Like the legs aren't bad, surprisingly. But like you get to the body of the tarantula and it's like soupy like pus on the inside.
Ugh,
and it just like you bite into it and it just like pops and it covers like everything in your mouth and it's just awful to experience.
Okay, yeah, that sounds gross, but I would totally be down to try it.
Yeah, let's hunt down some spiders someday. Let's go to the pet shop and break into their spider terrarium.
Buy like $50
Not even buy them,
just spiders.
Just eat them. Just eat them raw in the shop.
Climb up the like glass walls into the spider terrarium.
Climbing straight up sheer glass walls with no ladder, just the suction from our clammy palms.
My palms are very clammy right now, so that's perfect.
Yeah. Talking about that topic earlier made my hands really sweaty.
Yeah, I legitimately though, I've seen like a lot of like cultural restaurants serve crickets and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I've always wanted to try that. Like everyone's like, ew, that's so gross, but
they're surprisingly good.
I've heard they're really good, and you can buy them like sweet and sour or like spicy crickets.
Yeah.
And like I've seen a lot of people say like eating insects is going to be the new
protein
and like future of food, because you can eliminate so much junk food, so much like
the carbon
meats
emissions
out of your
coming from like cows would just be gone if
you can
everyone ate cricket steaks from now on.
Yeah, oh yum. It's a bunch of crickets like melded together to make a steak. But yeah, I think one thing that I don't want to try but really want to try, have you heard of balut?
Yeah, balut. Yeah,
Balut, yeah.
from Southeast Asia, where it's
wanna-
that egg.
Yeah, do you want to explain what it is?
No, this is something that I've had, and there's video evidence on Facebook of me eating it.
You've had it?
Yeah.
Oh shit, is it good?
It surprisingly tastes good.
Whoa, how
But,
old
like,
were you?
No, this was when I was in the Philippines, so 2
What?
years ago.
Oh, damn.
I had it, and man, it tastes good. It kind of tastes like egg yolks and everything, so like very high in cholesterol. But if you care about the health stuff more than the actual mental image of eating egg that's like half a day away from hatching,
Yeah.
so like you get all those like weird soups in it, and it's all like boiled and everything. God.
I've seen a video of people eating
Yeah.
and it's literally like you can see the veins and stuff, right?
yeah.
And sometimes there's feathers and whatever.
Like mine, I could see like the eye, and I could see like the beak and the feathers on its head and everything.
really?
It was terrifying.
That's so like gross.
yeah.
But I would totally be down to trying
It took me like a month into the Philippines before I finally the day I landed in the Philippines. I'm like, this is one of the things I need to do.
Oh really?
I'm like, this is like the only goal I have.
Yeah, the whole time I'm
And,
here.
like, the first month was me just hyping myself up. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And then I like get to the little shop to buy something. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be really hard
Oh
to.
yeah.
What? So it's not raw, right?
No, it's boiled usually.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's like very yolky and like, there's like soupy people. I think I had it with like this vinegar stuff, if I remember correctly. I can't remember.
I think you put like
Yeah.
something on it, yeah.
But just cracking open the shell had like all the veins on the inside, just very disgusting.
Ooh, there's nowhere around here you could do that, right?
No,
Our town's way too small.
I think you could buy some of the eggs in some of the Chinese markets.
Really?
I think. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure. But another thing I ate was day-old chicks, where it's like balut, but it's hatched and it's just fried. So like you get this whole chicken. Yeah. And it's like this, for some reason, it's just like this vibrant red color. Like the color of like
No.
red spray paint.
Oh,
And they just fry them up and you eat the entire chicken. And that's something that like, that tasted bad.
oh, really?
It did not taste good at all.
Ooh.
I would rather eat balut again than eat that.
I thought you were gonna say it tasted like surprisingly good.
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So it's like really just like
It tasted like,
morally disgusting.
yeah, it tasted like liver does, but it was
Ooh.
crunchy and like really chewy and
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
it
I don't.
is.
I don't think I've ever had liver.
Really.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
really plan on it either.
Well, you're not missing out on much. It is
Yeah.
really good if you cook it like properly, but if you overdo it, it just
Yeah.
becomes like rubber.
Yeah.
You know.
I've like a lot of interesting foods I've had
Yeah.
aren't like that super crazy.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to try really, really like just bizarre, disgusting stuff. But
Yeah.
or like like non-American
Yeah.
cool stuff.
Just like really out of the blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I've never really traveled outside of the Americas.
Outside
so,
of North America that much.
Yeah.
And you can't really get a lot of this stuff without going outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, especially where we live,
Where it's the most whitewashed city.
whitewashed, like
Just
a
a retirement
smaller
home.
whitewashed city.
Yeah.
There's nowhere around that's going to sell stuff like that.
No.
Yeah.
I can't even think of like the craziest things I've seen in stores here.
Yeah, for real. There's like starting to get in some like Chinese sections, like
Oh yeah, the international sections where
yeah,
they have like,
yeah,
hey man, this is like mango mayonnaise or some shit like that.
yeah, or like the how Japanese
Mm-hmm.
places might have the little like pre-packed
Yeah,
instant like forever lasting egg meals or whatever.
but that's not the same at
No,
all.
it's not at all.
It's not street food. And that's
Yeah, I want to try really cool
Yeah.
street food. I want to travel to eat street food.
I remember like it was in one of my last nights in Cambodia, and I think this will have to be like the last little story before we call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember one of the last nights in Cambodia, I was like, I'm not eating the same stir fry that I've been eating for the last like 2 months.
Okay.
I'm gonna go buy some street food that costs me $1.
Nice.
And it's just like instant noodles, and they like fry it up and they make it really spicy, and it's just so good. But I remember trying to like break, because the only money I had was a $20 bill, and they're just like, oh, it's only $1. We don't have change for that. So like running around on this like 3-minute time limit before the noodles are done being cooked, trying to find some people to like exchange money for. And that was so good. Just the street food was. It brings soul into the food. Not to
Yeah.
be like pretentious and be like, oh, this food lacks soul, but
No, I can totally understand that.
it brings something that you can't find in a package.
And I feel like it probably gives it more of like a home cooking sort
Exactly.
of like taste and feel as well.
Because like a bunch of the people who are selling the street food are just like mothers who are making some money on the side.
Yeah, like just like outside their house or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so cool. I want to try that.
Yeah, it's really good if you get the chance to travel, even if it's just to eat food. Get out there, have yourself safe travels. Don't get too drunk, and eat good food. That's been another episode of Bad Teeth and Worse Tales, where we talk about random shit from flying around to menial traffic stops. I don't know. See you next time. Bye bye.